All right, I think this is what, day 3, something like that. Yesterday the weather was absolutely beautiful, so I had to take the afternoon and go for a bike ride, motorcycle ride. But before I did that, my dad came over because he sweated pipes before, and we put this in, and he said, don't leave it on and with you not being here. So I turned it back on this morning. He wasn't too confident in his work, but it wasn't leaking yesterday. I turned it on this morning since I'm going to be here. If it blows out, then I can turn it off. That was what got accomplished yesterday. Yesterday after I got back, I slid this whole unit back over, and it's not very stable, and it got moving back and forth, and the shelf fell out. Not a big deal. I'm pretty sure I can fix that. In fact, I know I can fix it, and I will fix it. But I do like how it fits really nicely over this pipe. Like I had planned, I cut it out so that it would. It fits pretty good right there. And so today the objective is to attach this to the wall, get this shelf back in. There's another shelf on the bottom. I think I've got enough to do that bottom shelf if I remember right. Get the hanging racks up on both sides. Get this cut into place. The difficult part over here is that the hose bib comes in a little higher than what I had cut out. So I'm going to have to notch this particular unit, and it's about as stable as that one. So that's going to be tricky. And then I have to build that second part out. And once everything's attached to the wall and everything's cut in where it's supposed to be, fill this in, and then start working on this center part. I'm pretty sure I can get to this center part. We'll see. Yesterday's plan. I won't say it was a disaster, but we broke the shelf out, so not good. I did decide that I am also going to paint all the way up to the ceiling so that it kind of looks like the shelf goes all the way to the ceiling. I'm going to paint it black all the way so it looks like it's all one piece, even though it's just going to be paint. And then I can also use that for storage, put some bins and stuff up there. I want this to be my total garage storage, so everything I can possibly fit over here, I will. And once I get this done, thanks for that. Once I get this done, then I will come over here and analyze what needs done over here. Maybe I don't need to completely rebuild this. Maybe I can just reconfigure so that I like it better. I don't know. I do have a plan that I would love to do over here, but I don't know if that's going to happen. All this stuff's got to go somewhere, and my goal is to get all of this stuff in here somewhere. You think it'll fit? I don't know. Some of it's Christmas stuff, and the Christmas stuff gets stored elsewhere. It just never gets gathered at the same time. So we're going to work towards our goal of getting everything into this. My first thing I'm going to do today, I think, is going to be attach these to the wall, notch that, attach it, build these out. Progress so far. 2 brackets placed. I put one there, one down at the base, and look at this. I got no movement, which is exactly what I want. So those are doing exactly what I wanted them to do. We're going to move over to this. I'm going to put these pieces up here just so I can get the shelf located. Once the shelf is located, re-screwed in, then I'm going to pull them. There shouldn't be any weight on this. This is essentially a top because this is where the stuff hangs, so there shouldn't be like a bin or anything hanging on this with any weight. So and I found out that I really only put 2 screws in it, so the fact that it wobbled around and the shelf fell out really shouldn't surprise me. So we're going to correct that next. I do have another piece outside. I got to measure it, but I think I have another piece that I can put a double shelf in here, and then I'll have to put a shelf on that other side. But this side, once this is done, will be... All right, moving right along. I got the 2 shelves in here that's going to need to be painted on the face. There's going to be other painting, so I'm going to wait and do that when I get the paint out again. This is essentially secured. Once I get this top on, I may put another one up there, but I got an angle bracket on this shelf and on the base. Can't even see them. It's going to keep them from moving. This particular piece is, once this shelf gets in, it's not going to want to move. I am going to, from this point, move down there. I've kind of put it off because it's going to be a pain in the butt. So I have been putting it off, but I can put it off no longer. And I need to go get that one done now. So moving down there, I have to notch the back of it to fit the pipe. Did the best we could with the pipe, and that's where it's going to live. So now we got to make everything else fit. So onward and upward. I was going to put the hanging rack in this one, but I thought, well, I got to make cuts on both of them, so why don't I just wait and I'll do it all at the same time. So I'll do that later. On to the other end. Alright, we got our corner up. It is secured. I have angle bracket down there and one on the back of this. I'm going to go get the top cut, measure, cut, all of that. It needs painted though, so I don't know if I'm going to actually attach it or not. Maybe temporarily attach it, a couple screws, like one there, one there, one there, so that it'll hold in place, but then I can pull it off and paint it pretty easy. Because I need to get my hanging rack in there and my short shelves in there. I have 2 that I can put in there. And then I have to buy enough to do one more shelf in here and whatever else I need in there. One thing I will note is that if you look, the melamine wipes clean. The painted surface looks dingy already. That's why I don't like painting this stuff. I don't, you know, this was OSB, and it kind of had a finish on it. I picked cheap paint, obviously, because I was just going to do this back wall with it. But needing it on the rest of it, I went ahead and painted it, and honestly, I hate it. But it is a garage project. It is in the garage. It is what it is. So we're going to go with it. Top, shelf, and then those 2. That's where we're going. All right, making pretty good progress today. I have the top kind of sitting on here. We have some discrepancy over here in the corner, so I'll probably loosen this end up and adjust and get it so that it sits on there. But for now, this is up here. It needs painted, obviously. I have my 2 fixed shelves in here, and they need the front painted. I've decided I can fit 2 more at this distance, which is the exact distance for one of these bins. I'll just grab one and throw in there so that we can see how it fits. Beautiful. And that's a little more than 3 feet, and those are about a foot. So yeah, I can fit 3 of them in there real easily. So there's 3, 6, 9. And then the bottom, which I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with yet. I was thinking shoes, but I don't know. I'm going to have to figure something out. I'm going to do 2 more fixed shelves here. What the bottom may end up being is shoes. I may make a special rack for it. Oh, the TV's got to go in here, and I will run a cord for that. Next up are these. So I'm going to cut these, get them mounted on either side. They will be up and ready to go. We are making pretty good progress. I wanted to make sure that I didn't load anything that was going to be in my way of something else, so I think I'm okay right now. It's pretty big, pretty ominous. Definitely bigger than what I thought I was coming up with. The reason I come 2 feet out was because I wanted to utilize these to hang, and you need 2 feet really to make it hang. But we'll get those up. We'll get some stuff set in there, and then I will figure out what else I need to get. I think I'm going to need 1 more sheet, and I think I'm going to go 3/4 so that I can put these 2 shelves and that shelf in, and we'll go from there. Obviously, I need to paint the top, so once I get the paint out, it'll be a paint fest. I just love painting, so there's where we're at. These are next. So these are just a little bit long. They're both about 4 feet. They got to be 39 inches, no more than 39. So I'm going to trim off some and put them up. That's next. All right. Got my hanging shelves in. They are, I need 1 more down support. I just don't have 1 more down support. I have just enough room in there for some shoebox containers. So you kind of get the picture of what I got. I got the big bins on the sides hanging. I have enough for some big bins here. I'm going to build out 2 more shelves there for the fabric boxes, and then figure out what to do on the bottom. The TV's right there. hanging. I got enough storage on both of those for shoebox, although that's probably not where those are going to live. For some of them will, but most of them no, because the wife is short and she can't reach that. So probably that'll be more of a long-term storage. So maybe I buy some shoebox bins and put the shoes in, and then we can put them up there. I am going to spend a little bit of time putting things back that I can. That top needs to come off and paint. There's obviously, this is where I'm at on this. Okay, I got to buy another board, and I got to put some pieces in there. I got to cut another shelf for that, and then I can paint everything. And once everything here is painted, because I don't want to drip paint on anything else, then I can start putting stuff back up here and cleaning up this stuff and this stuff and this stuff. But I think we're on track with what we were working towards, which was my idea of storage for this area. The only thing I don't have actually designated is this area. What I may do, we have a whole lot of those shoebox things, so I might do cubby style. I don't know. There's a couple areas that I'm just not sure yet. She likes these big fabric bins. If she can find a couple more and fill in there, and then fill those and take those little shoebox bins, and we can figure out where to put them from there. So I think right now I'm gonna stand back and admire my work. Probably grab something to eat pretty quick and then head out. I'm gonna make a list of what I think I need right now, and then go out and get it and get everything cut and ready to be installed. Obviously the shelves that I cut are going to have to be painted, so I'll have to paint those and the top and the fronts of all the ones that aren't painted. But then the paint's done on the ceiling, so we may be painting yet today, and then tomorrow or the next time I get out here I will load this thing, or I can start loading this thing, which is going to be kind of cool. So I also need to get a cord run over here to the TV so that I can power the TV and watch TV out here. I got a Roku box, and that's just a 32-inch TV. I measured my 40, which is in the pole barn, and it will fit that space. That 32 looks a little bit small. It doesn't look tiny, but it looks a little small. And I could eventually end up with a 40-inch in there. Over the last couple years, I ended up with a couple extra 32-inch TVs as we started upgrading, and I'm not in the market to upgrade, but eventually that could be what goes in there as a 40-inch TV. So that's as done as it's going to get tonight. Got the hanger up, got all the shelves mounted, and so all the construction portion of this project is done. This is something that we had these curtains. I don't even know what they're from, but we have them. I don't know if this is going to be acceptable. I kind of like it because it hides things, but we'll see. I painted up here, and I will cut in on the white when I do the ceiling. So I went a little bit big, and I'm going to cut in on the white. I started taping it off, and I was like, why am I doing this? I can just go a little over and I'll prime over it. Eventually, I will have this portion done where I'll have a little bit of a drop wall here, and then we'll do curtain as well around the utilities. But it was a long day today, a lot of up and down and working, and goodness, got everything painted. Now it's going to be a matter of putting everything back in. So the next video I shoot here will be hopefully be of everything arranged, all of this, all the stuff around the corner, get this in the right spot, everything gonna be good to go. Today I was over at Menards, and they had the flooring that I want, the latex with the speckles in it. They had that on sale, and then they're giving 11% off, so I got a pretty good deal on it. It's probably not the best quality, but I think for what we're doing, I think it'll be all right. It's way better than just this concrete floor. So got a little bit of cleanup yet to do tonight, get some tools out of here that I know I'm not going to use anymore. I did get the TV hooked up. I need an HDMI cable because it's either the HDMI or the TV itself. So, but I think it's the cable. So we'll get everything wrapped up there. So like I said, the next video I think I'm going to do will be a complete wrap up of this project.
where you get to see everything on the cabinetry, or whatever you want to call this thing, in this whole area kind of together working. So that's it for today. Like I said, it was a big project and it's a long day and I'm ready to be done. This is the final day. I am done building, I'm done painting. I spent most of today organizing, putting like items together, going through and that type of stuff, hanging stuff up. I'm done. It's somebody else's at this point, but you know, I'll help you out. But here's what we have. She had a whole bunch of hanging stuff that we now have hung up. There was enough space down there. There's some things I don't know if she's going to keep or not. She's not here today, so I just kind of, like I said, put like items together. This TV has an issue with the HDMI ports. It's not recognizing them. Some cold weather gear. And still more storage. I mean, if we wanted to, if she wanted to do the shoebox style, there's plenty of storage for that. I got some space down here for shoes. And again, we could do shoebox storage and or more of these fabric bins down there. I did put some bins up there. Not sure if I'm going to keep them up there. We'll see. I would like for her to go through all that stuff and see what happens. But this is done. This makes me feel so much better because this was just a pile of stacked stuff. I still have a lot of cleaning in the garage to do, but we are miles ahead of where we were when we started. So we have a system now that we can organize, that we can work with. These bins here have things for like she would use. There's like a office supply bin, and you know, all the stuff that she's going to want to work with is kind of in this area. So it's going to come out pretty good. I'm pretty happy with the build itself, and getting everything organized. A little bit different than what I thought with these things. For right now, I put them on either end. I kind of forgot we had this island that needed something done with it. I am going to have a different door put in. And I think since there's a wall here now, I'm going to have the door swing this way. So that when you come in and you kind of see all of this, as opposed to whatever's over here. I'm still going to rearrange this wall, but I'm thinking that these can go behind here. If I put them over here right now, they're really close, and I'm afraid that it's going to be in my way moving in and out of here. But if they're behind the door, or whatever, right in here, I think they'll be alright. So just, you know, this is done, but the garage itself is not. Like I said, I do have the flooring, so I got to wait for it to get warm enough to do that. And then we will start working on that and go from there. But there you go. Garage storage unit right there. I have not completely added it up. I do believe I'm right around 250 bucks with supplies. So that is the melamine board, which is a little more expensive. It's like $5 or $6 more than the same size MDF. But when you consider what you get for it, this is what you get for it. You get a surface that is easily wipeable, but the dust comes right off of. Had I bought better paint, this would be a little bit better, but it's never going to be the same as this. So this is worth the extra $5 in my opinion. There we go. The next thing I do in here, while my drywall guy, when he gets to it, he'll get to it, get the drywall finished. Then I can paint the ceiling and the whatever drywall's up, whenever that happens, and then the floor. And I gotta wait for it to get warm enough out. It's, oh, today was terribly cold, and April 1st. But we still got a few things over here that are gonna have to get trickled into here or disposed of or whatever. And that whole corner is full of Christmas stuff. I got Christmas stuff upstairs. I think that I'm going to take a whole day and pull all the Christmas stuff out and together and consolidate that, because I think that's what's happened through the years. We've added things and we get a bin that's 60% full and it comes out here, and then we need more bins. So I think it's just a consolidation issue. So we'll get to it. I ended up with a whole bunch of bins that are empty just by consolidating. So there, that is final day of the project. So when you pull in the garage now, this is what you see. Looks so much better. She's not gonna know where to stop because she used to stop at the pile. There's no pile here anymore. So we're gonna call that good. We're gonna call this a day.